In this video, we are going to work with watercolors, and in my case, I'm using a Pitt Artist pen, but you can also use, so this is the Pitt Artist pen, the S version, Faber-Castell. I will be using that over top of the watercolors later. And you can also use the Sharpie pen. Make sure that it is the kind with the felt tip and not the round tip. It just works better. I believe this is, okay, this is labeled fine, and then there's also a Sharpie marker labeled ultra fine point, which is about the same size. So either of those seem to work the same to me. Whatever subtle differences there are, I must be missing, so they'll be fine. So I've already added some water on top of my watercolors here to activate them. So that just means that it gives it time for the water and the pigments to mix together. So here I have a fluffy brush, and I just dropped it on top. You can also use a little spray bottle mister to drop it on top of it. And I haven't done it over all of them because I know kind of what colors I want to use, but you don't have to. You can just add them as you feel like, and give them a few minutes. And the more that you swirl around your brush, the more that the pigment and the water will mix together, and then you'll get more pigment rather than water. So the first thing that we're going to do is add some concentric circles in colors that are going to blend well together. So I already posted the lesson on colors. Colors that blend would be colors that go together to make up another color, like blue and red and purple. Blue being our center, and just doing a not perfect circle here in blue, and I'm going to do a few of those around just because my brush is already loaded, and you don't have to do them the same color, and they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be in any particular arrangement or anything that's planned out. And this is one of the fun things about watercolors, is that the color will start to pool in certain areas and give it a natural variation. My workspace is on angle because if I hunch over and look down too long, then I get muscle spasms in my shoulders and my shoulder blades. So I have my work surface on a slant. So you're going to see a lot more things drip down than might happen on a flat work surface. And definitely if you're working on something vertical, if you're already used to working on an easel or something, and that's the way you like to work, then you're going to see a lot more drip down automatically. So I'm just dabbing over this to get some more variation in the color. And then rinse it out. And with watercolors, you don't have to worry too much about things blending. They rinse out pretty well. And as I mentioned in the materials file, this is an art loft watercolor palette. It was probably about $5. And it has a whole bunch of colors and it served me pretty well. I think I might upgrade to something bigger with more colors later, but so far it served me well for what I do. So I'm going to go with something that's a more, it's actually a dark pink, which is a variation of red. So it's going to blend well together with blue, because red and blue make purple. And you don't worry about things mixing together or creating anything that's too defined. And here my little circle is in the middle is kind of disappearing, and I'm getting more of a purple variation there. And to make sure that I have some more variation, I'm going to go for more of a pink next, a lighter pink. And that picked up in the blue, and you can see that it's making a purple. Coming up and picking up more pink. And it's done the same thing there. I've picked up the blue that it's still wet, and it's created a purple. And then I'm going to go for a more indigo color here. Very well, it's a dark purple. It's right next to a blue. So it's a blend of the two. And then create a variation. So you just go around as you see fit to create a circle and allow all those little variations just to happen, like this little splash mixing in together here. And then I'm going to pick up a much lighter purple. I don't actually seem to have much of a true red on this palette. But I like the dark pink comparatively anyway. Creating these colored circles is a lot like making your anchoring point circles in the other videos. It gives you a place to jump off from. Here I'm reaching up for a lighter pink. And it's lighter, so I'm just adding a lot more color. Just dabbing it on. And since pink is a light red, I'm going to still work with the dark or the warm color family here. I'm going for a yellow orange. It's a darker yellow, lighter orange. And now I'm picking up a more lemon yellow. It's still not super bright yellow. And that's only because I don't feel like repeating the same circles over and over again. And then yellow and blue makes green, for those of us who remember that commercial. It's an easy thing to remember. So those are good colors that will mix together politely. Now I'm picking up a more coral pink red. And red and yellow make orange. So you can see that part where it layered together, we have a more orange variation. I'm doing this one just on the inside of that yellow circle, and that makes them blend together. And also I don't touch that one, so I can add some different color in between there later to add some definition between those two. I'm going to add a light blue. I got a little bit of overlap there with the orange, which is going to make it a little muddy looking. So I'm primarily just going to leave it, but I can dab some of that off. With a paper towel. And just soak up just a little bit of that. You could let it drip. Would be a fun variation. I'm going to be ending this video soon. So I'm getting a low battery notification here. What I'm doing is just adding more circles. Just do your best to try to make it as much of a true circle as you can. I'm going to go in over this. So yellow and blue makes green. And then I'll add a blue center. So we've got some empty space. Pick up some green. And just a little bit there. So yellow mixes with blue and green really well. So I might actually just add some green down here. Just filling in that space. I might get some stray brush hair. I love this cheap Crayola brush, but that does mean that the hairs are going to just drop off sometimes. I'm going to go back and pick up some yellow to fill in space. Pick up a true orange off of the palette. And orange and green mixed together make brown. So I'm not really going to be interested in having these two layers blend together so much. Just go lightly where they meet up. with the blue. Blue and orange are going to make brown. Something muddy, something I'm not interested in using at the moment. I'm going for more of a bright looking palette. Looking for my paper towel. I guess I just dropped that right on the floor. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some yellow, some yellow orange, and then I'm going to stop this because we've reached the limit of the video and also probably my battery at this point. And then I will pick up after this is dried.